I have tried at various times in the past to make a soap that resembled the mineral malachite. This carving in the picture is natural malachite from Zambia. And I've always liked that look and thought it would make a beautiful soap. And other people on YouTube have made various types of so called malachite soap. It never seems to come out quite the way the actual stone looks. And I guess that's to be expected. But of the ones I've tried, they certainly were not very good. I have one video where I made malachite soap, and um, it just really was not what I was trying for. So this is another attempt. I'm going to use some aspects of the cosmic wave swirl where you wiggle the end of the spout of the pitcher as you're pouring the material. It's not really going to be in waves, but at least it'll use that little wiggle. So we'll see what happens here. This is the recipe I'm using. I'm going to be using a 15 bar slab mold that holds a 68 ounce recipe. And I'm using essential oils for fragrance, lemongrass, lavender, and lavender. That's a nice mixture. And then for colors, I'm using a deep green base that I'll pour in the mold um, at first, just the solid color made with rainforest green mica from Elements Bath and Body. And then for the stripes, I'll pour those into some more of that base batter using combo green. This is Nurture Soap's combo green in their old formulation, which was darker. It had a lot more black in it than the current version of that pigment. I still have quite a lot of it left from back in the day when they made it darker. And then for bright green, I'm mixing green vibrance and neon green and some hydrated chrome green. And then for a paler green, I'm using celadon green whitened with a little bit of winter white mica. All of those are from Nurture Soap. I'm using this dark but bright green color as my base, and I have put about 5 to 6 cups of it in the mold as a bottom of the bars, and then I've separated the rest into two quantities of about 1.5 cups each. And then my stripe colors, I have about a cup of each. So this is still pretty thin, but I'm going to see if I can make it float, and if so, I'll go ahead and pour it. That at least looks fine. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. I think that looks good as a start. I hope those stripes are visible on the camera. I've got this on a Lazy Susan so I can move it around as I work. So put the rest of my base layer into the pitcher. What I don't want to do is run out of striping colors before I run out of base. And now that I've covered pretty much the surface of that soap, I can go back and cover over some of those areas. Malachite often has some circular spots. I think I'm going to try that. I don't know how well that will work. Well, that's kind of interesting. Not very malachite-y, I think. Cover that over. I don't like it as well. I think I want to get rid of some of this base batter, so I'm just going to fill that in quickly and then color over it. I'll try for a little more of my very bright green, and that this base batter is becoming kind of muddy looking. I think I've been shaking it too much. Let's see what that looks like. I think I'm done with that. The striping here really doesn't look like natural malachite, but we'll see after it's hardened if it looks good anyway. I mean, I think it's a, I don't know if I'd call it pretty, it's a complicated pattern. Maybe it looks like a child doodling perhaps, but we'll see what it looks like after it's cured. Here are the finished soaps. I cut them, took them out of the mold, and I have shaved the tops off a little bit, so I'm not sure which layers we're seeing here. I don't dislike them. They're better than the last malachite soap I made, but they're still not very natural malachite looking, I would say. But I'll try again another time. I think I like that one the best, with those brighter greens that came through.